And for today, guys, in case you were wondering, well, what's going on? We do have, of course, the Season 1 season opening events today. The first thing we're going to look at is claiming your lane kingdom. It's a lane-by-lane tournament featuring all 10 LCK teams on the newly updated Rift. We do have the lane captains who were designated by, top voted by all the players from that lane, and then it was based on who they best fit, the designated Noxus champions and stuff like that. It's all very fun and well, and also you get to give away some skins to fans and get some extra money. Let's take a look at the draft, though, and see what happened between the players. And you have the draft results on your screen. So the captains in that snake format, they did get to choose the players that they thought they wanted on their teams, and this is what we're left with.
모두가 기대하고 있는 그 팀, 미드 팀의 BDD 선수 만나서 이야기 나눠보겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
The awaited team mid
네, 시즌
here
1
for an
오프닝하고
interview.
있습니다.
Hello,
기분이
BDD.
어떠신가요?
How are you?
오랜만에 오니까 살짝 떨리는 것 같아요.
네,
It's been a really long time, so I'm a little nervous actually.
서포트로 가게 되셨습니다.
It looks
계기가
like you
좀
are
자세히 어떻게 됐는지
Taking
들어보고
over
싶은데요.
support. So how did you end up in this role?
정해져 있는 느낌을 받았는데
I feel like, even before we decided and assigned roles, it felt like it was predetermined. So who determined
포지션
these
얘기 나올 때
role assignments?
수가 나와가지고 네.
Every time we talked about
팀장님의 의견이
specific
좀
roles and positions,
아, 알겠습니다.
We got,
우리 팀에서 그러면 이번에
an
기대되는
applause
선수
from
누굴까요,
the
팀장님?
captain. So I think our
아무래도
captain
저희
really just
팀
pushed
막내
us
김나
to
선수가 미드를
allocate our own
부셔준다고
roles.
해가지고, 네, 믿고 있습니다.
좋습니다. 앞선 두 번의
I
매치를
believe
치르시면서 이제
that
다퀸
Nicholas said that
협곡에서의
he would
이제
stop
마인드 컨트롤을
the
하고
enemy.
나오셨을
So
것 같습니다.
I'm
어떻게
very
보셨나요?
looking forward to his
아무래도
performance.
교전이 많이 일어나서 네, 교전을 좀 많이 신경 쓸 것 같아요.
좋습니다.
I
그럼
think
마지막으로
the
각오
most
들어보겠습니다.
something that I would focus on the most would be the team fight. And my resolution is
자, 우리
we
팀
will
미드를
win.
부셔주겠다 얘기했던 막내 만나보도록
It
하겠습니다.
looks
빅나 선수
like
안녕하세요.
The youngest
안녕하세요.
player, Vikla.
오랜만에 정말
You said
반갑습니다.
you will
롤파크
stomp
오랜만에
on
오셨습니다. 기분이
mid.
어떠세요?
일단 오랜만에 오니까
It's been a while
뭔가
since we saw you in
바뀐
Lowell
것도 좀
Park. How are
있고
you?
새로운 것 같네요. 네.
It's been a
오늘
while.
미드를
I
부셔주겠다
feel like
이런
I'm
각오를
seeing a lot of
보여주셨다고
changes.
했습니다. 어떤 전략이 있을까요?
뭐 전략 따위
So
없고
what are your
저희
strategies
전략이 너무
to
세기
stomp on
때문에
mid?
그냥 부시겠습니다. 네.
Honestly,
전략보다는 전력으로
no
부시겠다.
strategy.
네,
I
이런
think
말씀해 주셨습니다.
our
정말
potential, our
굉장한
power
미드
is so
선수들
strong.
사이에서
So
미드를
we'll just go ahead and
맡게
push them
되셨습니다.
to the
각오가 정말
edge.
남다르실 것 같은데 부셔주겠다 오늘 이런 각오 갖고 계시고요. 근데 상대 미드가 바이퍼 선수거든요. 앞선 경기에서도
And
대응을
your opponent is
해주셨습니다. 어떻게 보셨나요?
Viper.
봤는데
And Viper did really well in the
스크린샷이
previous
좀
match,
아쉽더라고요, 로라가. 그 라인전에서. 그래서 제가 쉽게 이길 것 같아요.
좋습니다. 그럼 상대
I
바이퍼
watched
선수
his
보고
skill
선전 포고 한번
shots,
해주시죠.
him missing all of his skill
제가
shots in mid as
눌러드리겠습니다.
Aurora.
다시
So
아래로
I'm not too worried.
와, 좋습니다.
And I will
패기 넘치는
definitely
빅나 선수
stomp on
만나봤습니다.
you,
이번에는
a
원딜
Viper.
쪽으로 한번 가보도록 하겠습니다.
And let's go over to Team Bot.
네, 팀 원딜 쪽으로 왔습니다. 이번에는 정글을 맡으신 지우
So
선수
we
만나보도록
are
하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
On the side of
오랜만입니다.
Team AD Carry.
안녕하세요.
Let's talk to
경기
Jiu.
치르시는데 기분이
Hello.
어떠신가요?
우선
How are you
서포
feeling?
이겨가지고 좀 많이 기분 좋은 것 같고 그대로 미드까지
I'm really
이겨보도록
happy that we were able
좋습니다.
to
안 그래도
defeat
앞선
support,
서포터의
and I
대결에서
want to
정말
keep up
결승을
this
거두셨습니다.
momentum.
어떻게 가능했다고 보시나요?
Yeah, what a
이제 아무래도
sweeping victory.
서폿보다 원딜이 좀 더 피지컬이 좋다 보니까 그래서 이겼던 것 같습니다.
You know, right now
그러면
at this
미드와의
point,
대결은
I
어떤
believe
양상으로
that
펼쳐질 거라고
uh,
예상하시는지 궁금합니다.
AD carries
이제
definitely have better
똑같이
mechanics
아마
than support, so I think that's
그래도
how
원딜이
we
좀
were
더
able to make
좋으니까
it.
똑같이 피지컬로 이길 것 같아요.
And
피지컬은
against
원딜이 짱이다 이런 말씀해
Team
주셨는데
Mid,
동선 혹시 좀 짜우셨나요?
I
사실
also
동선은
believe
아직
that
안
Team
짜고,
Team
네.
Bot and AD carry players have
라인으로
better mechanics than
가보겠습니다.
mid players, so I'm not too
그러면
worried.
아까 전에 빅나 선수가 하신 것처럼 상대팀 보고 선전 보고 한번 해주시죠.
Just like what Vikla said, do you want to say
선전포고라기엔 좀
anything to your enemy?
그런데 이제 정글 뭐 CS 차이 한 20개 정도 내보도록 하겠습니다.
You know,
구체적인 각오를 밝혀주셨습니다.
I can say that I will probably get
이런 이야기를
I'll be
해주셨습니다.
ahead
좋습니다.
in the
이제
jungle
서포자리로 가서
by
테디 선수 한번 만나보도록
20 CS
하겠습니다.
at the least.
자, 테디 선수 아까 서포터와의 대결에서
Let's
정말
take
좋은
a
활약을
look
보여주셨습니다.
Teddy
원래
here.
서포 좀 하세요?
솔랭에서 가끔
You
하는
did really well with support. Do you
그때마다 좀
normally play
좋나요?
support?
편이에요.
Yeah,
사실
I
알리스타를
sometimes do.
선호하지 않는데,
You know, I don't
어쩔
actually
수 없이
prefer
할
playing
수밖에 없어서
Alistar,
했는데 원거리 서폿을 좀 더
but
잘하는
I didn't really have any
원거리
options.
서포. 그러면
I
혹시
think
이번
I do
판에는 좀 기대해봐도 좋을까요?
excel on
좀 원거리
range
서폿을 할것 같아요.
supports.
알겠습니다. 그리고 지금 옆에 앉아
Is that
계신
something that we can look forward to? Yes, I think you can definitely look forward to me playing range support.
이런 이야기 해주셨거든요. 어떻게 생각하세요?
And actually, we heard that maybe you guys would find Team Mid an easier opponent. So what are your thoughts on that?
구도가 좀 더 쉬울 수도 있을 것 같아서 그런 것 같습니다.
Honestly, it just made sense because I feel like we could definitely gap them in the bottom lane.
BDD 선수 솔랭에서
Anything you'd like to say to your opponent?
잘하더라고요. 그래서 좀
BDD, I saw him play in solo
알겠습니다.
queue.
이렇게 해서
A little bit of
탑
AD
미드와 탑
carry
원딜까지
plays, and I
만나봤습니다.
believe
신승
that he's
나와주시죠.
going to be a tough opponent.
Mid, no surprise here, has selected the blue side, as every team who has had selection has selected blue. So Faker's playing jungle. Not a big surprise.
I predicted it all apart from Viklam BDD swap.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Let's
See if we see some different bans this time around, because I think Team Bot definitely left themselves a little bit vulnerable to some very strong meta picks last time around. Or sorry, not Team Bot, but Team Top.
Imagine Keen picked Cassante in his game. Imagine if Chovy did the same thing and just locked. Because remember, we had Chovy Cassante quite a lot. He could just do that. He could be that guy. Maybe it's just the Gen G thing to lock in the OPs in the fun match.
Could be. G was not going to get to play the Lee Sin. I was asking for a ban of that after he played the previous game, and they will deliver. And no Ambessa for B1, no Aurora, and no Vi. So Vi's been banned pretty consistently.
Poppy available. I only say that because it was banned in our first couple of matches.
He locked it so fast, whatever he locked, that it broke the broke the UI. Skarner, okay.
Okay.
Man, they really are just going for the try-hard picks. We're deep in the tournament now. No messing about.
Well, once again, if you have Skarner Cassante, these poke lethality champions are going to struggle. They still lock in the Varus. And they'll get the Sejuani here as well. So there's some synergy between these champions, obviously, but Cassante feels so obvious here at this point.
If you're playing to win, yeah, Yone is available. I know that it's not just me that would love to see Chovy playing Yone top. I don't know if he's going to do it. That would be fun.
Hey.
Speak it into existence.
Maybe you're onto something.
I mean, it's a good flex pick, too, assuming that Vikla can play it, right? I think Yone is still very strong.
Deny it from the permafrost synergy with the Sejuani.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Feels like we're casting a real draft here.
Maybe like an 80 carry here would be like a pretty easy one to pick up and keep that flex alive as a Yone, especially if you want to answer into the Varus. Like the Ziggs is open as well. They'll actually look to show their hand a bit and go for the Jax. I guess wanting to secure it because obviously into the Sejuani. Really good at just denying that permafrost stacking with the Counter-Strike.
Yeah, they deny both, you know, the Yone and the Jax here. So pretty strong lineup thus far. Bold to play the Sylas into the Yone. It was banned against him last time. He opted for the Aurora that was left open, but this time he is going to have this. Now, I think this can be a good matchup for the Sylas if played correctly, and it does work very well with the Sejuani as well. So smart here. And now they're going to ban the Ziggs away, so it can be quite strong into the Varus lane and can get that push going.
You know, and actually, like, having a damage profile that's very much like one style, you know, it's always been something people try and avoid, but particularly with the new boots, the extra shield you get, it is really bad if, like, a team can pick up the upgraded Ninja Tabi, so makes sense. We see Team Bot banning away Ziggs from the bot lane, as right now Team Mid lacking a lot of that AP.
Yeah, that's really the biggest question. You know, what is Showmaker going to play down on the bottom side? We did have Victor in the last game. He was there. He didn't do a lot, obviously.
He won't be there this time.
He's not going to be there this time.
Oh man, we're not going to see the Victor Blitzcrank pairing.
Oh
Mid
no!
shambles.
I'm so disappointed.
I wonder what, I mean, Nautilus kind of comes to mind here as a strong pick, but pretty tough into this lineup. You know, in terms of what he does for the Varus, but I'm going to ban the Poppy away instead.
The Gnar into Jax. I mean, this really does feel like just a straight up real draft.
Yeah.
Like, we're just playing real stuff. Sion considered. Renekton, you know, you've got Cassante. Some thoughts being thrown back and forth. Olaf.
I like the Gnar the best here. The only alternative I would have liked would have been Gragas, but you already have the Sylas in mid, so this fits the damage profile. Ashe here quite risky.
Cassiopeia.
Showmaker loves his Ezreal. That's what he played a ton of when he was playing AD carry for D+, or at then Damwon.
Xerath.
Some
Play
interesting
like,
hovers, you know.
Xerath Lux bot lane. Looks like Ezreal. Not a big surprise considering it is Showmaker.
Yeah.
He loves
definitely
even playing
gone for
Ezreal mid, you know, so like you said, it's no surprise. The Braum a little bit more surprising in this scenario.
Yeah, not a huge fan of the blind Braum. There's a lot of value in terms of the stacking. A lot of people stack it, but you're kind of given the opportunity for free lane to team bot here. Like playing Ezreal Braum into like Varus, and if it is this Nico, you're gonna get harassed so heavily.
And Teddy said with everyone's headsets off to the whole arena and all of the internet, they was gonna play range support. Come on.
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the Karma. Looks like here, well, maybe not.
And honestly, with obviously there's a lot of magic damage that comes from like Jax and Ezreal and Yone. There's like a little bit of extra, but generally it's an 80 heavy composition. You're now playing into a bot lane who's going to have Prior, going to be able to really threaten you. If they get the feats of strength, it's going to be really hard to come back into this game.
Yeah, it certainly will be.
Are we doubting our boys?
We're just setting up the counterpoint, you know.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
it
I
looks
mean,
even better when team mid wins.
We can't be too biased. Like, we can be very biased, but too
Don't make it
biased.
too obvious.
Yeah. Well, I think it's pretty obvious, but, you know, we got to be real here. And I think there's a small tinge of fear that we're all feeling here, especially with how much Viper got done in that previous match against support.
It's like put Vikla on mid, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like let him, you know, he's maybe the guy, well, definitely the guy with the least amount of experience in that lineup. So just let him play mid. We'll see how it goes as we do hop on the rift here. Mid versus bot. Bot being, of course, 80 carries.
You didn't do the fan chant for mid. That's our team, Valdez.
Yeah, because when I tried, you guys ignored me.
Because that wasn't mid. That's not our team. Man, Valdez is not going to be the cheerleader for any.
Team mid is really falling apart right now in terms of the fan club.
What about?
Teddy, I've seen this before.
Okay, well, he's gonna flash away, but he's still dead. Like, you're not getting away from this. And there's so much damage that's coming out the heel. 1Q can do it. They get another stun on Aguma. And they might not be able to get a kill here, but man, this lane is kind of over.
Yeah. You would think that Teddy would know the power of Braum level 1, because he's an 80 carry who encounters it quite a bit.
No.
Yeah, I think.
No.
All right, well, I'll see you guys in the finals.
There's a lot of
High five, team!
Yeah, team mid, let's go!
Hey.
Chop it later with the bounce team.
Uh-oh, here comes Skarner.
Uh-oh, Guma, no flash. Well, Guma has flash, but Teddy does not, so he should be going down. But Zeus here, and maybe a chance to turn things around. Bit of damage comes in. That is way from downtown. First blood goes over to Team Bot, and now Zeus just setting everything up, and there you got a stun on a Faker as well. He's in a lot of trouble. A second kill goes to Team Bot, and Showmaker, desperate for more, picks up 2. As Team Bot stick around for a bit too long and get Showmaker pretty fed.
I'm not gonna lie, team mid buddies, I was getting a little bit nervous there, but Showmaker comes through clutch on the Ezreal to clean that one up. Oh.
Rip buff here for both.
We do have barrier for Showmaker, so he could go for this.
I think he wants to.
Absolutely. Couple more autos will do it. One more Q, one more auto is enough, and the barrier keeps him alive. Showmaker 3-0.
But I will say, at least you got the first feat of strength, you know, with that first blood in the bottom lane. So that's something.
What is going on here? We got a ganking Hwei. It's 3v3. Teddy's dead. Vikla fed a kill, and even Showmaker came over and just like grabbed a cheeky assist, and now he's going back bot.
Okay, so the Alistair not doing so hot. The Hwei, not maybe like a Soraka next game. If it gets to the next game.
Yumi, I think, is maybe the choice. Guma's dead. No flash. He does have cleanse. Elected not to use it this time around. Probably a good idea.
It's probably the right choice. Very strong. We'll see a replay of this one where, you know, Guma still having flash here, a huge difference maker, honestly, because they can't follow up on him. And then BDD ends up not really respecting the damage from that Sejuani comboed with the Hwei from the long range.
Yeah, and I think also critically here, the faster roam coming from the Yone really helps out in this situation too. Vikla's here to help show up and secure secure this kill with Showmaker, the second one that is to say, because he's winning the lane at the same time. And then back to this moment here with the barrier.
잠깐만.
wait.
잡았죠?
He's like, got him.
He's saying I got him a long time ahead. Gio in a bit of trouble here. Vikla trying to set up more. Looks like he used his ult in that play, but they're not able to get the kill. Now they're looking for Viper, who was trying to roam on over. A lot of fighting for this one, as Viper will steal the ult and does barely get away. But it looks like this first Dragon should go over to Team Mid.
Feature strength done. And you have a composition where a lot of your champions will spike hard in those 2 items, sync it up with the tier 3 boots and you're golden.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Vikla going for it. He wants the kill. Does he have enough damage? Just barely not enough. Viper surviving. Here comes the ult from Showmaker. Will Viper expect it? Yes, he will. And he will dodge it.
Faker looking for a good gank here.
Oh, the flash here from Vikla. Very nice. Dodges the whip from the Sejuani, but you can't dodge everything as he had to go back. Very nice.
Move it towards the Krug. He can get those 3. That's
BDD just kind of runs into it, and he's just going to go down.
And rush this turret down. They're controlling bottom side, because if they get this turret and that Dragon, they still are going to be able to complete 2/3 of the pizza strength here. Not quite able to do it on this wave, but next one coming through, and it's a big opportunity.
Yeah, definitely a good call here from Team Mid, but they're going very deep for this way right now. Is it going to pay off? Viper, you see, he's trying to help. He's actually going to put himself in there, but now Vikla comes over, big impale. But, oh, there it is. There's the impale from the side of Faker as Silas Viper used his before. Showmaker going 1v1 versus Guma under the turret, not quite able to get that kill. As now Berserker has made his way down to the bottom lane. Big Yone ultimate. He's going to get a couple here. Vikla turning it around in a huge way. Just going mad mode right now. Finally just get taken down. But man, he made a lot out of that situation.
Looking super... Oh! I was just saying, he looks super frustrated about dying. He threw his hands in the air, but I think you should be pretty happy with this scenario. Meanwhile, Chovy side laning like a madman over here. And Showmaker still got control of the bottom side of the map. Guma is potentially in trouble.
Knowing he has Flash Teddy trying to get as close as possible, walking side by side. Guma is, well, yeah. Nice try.
Lose it out. We'll see the replay though.
Showmaker gets bot first.
Yeah, with Showmaker grabbing bot, I think that they should have it. And then the Dragon is still available. They didn't lose it, but they didn't take it yet.
Yeah.
This is just great play from Vikla here. And you can see Guma is just kind of trapped because Showmaker can actually cut him off here. Even though he's got Ghostblade, Showmaker really holding his own. And then there's just not enough damage to actually shut this down. Even with Berserker coming over here, Vikla makes a huge outplay with the turnaround on his ultimate, takes out Viper, cuts Gio to bits, and then Berserker, he buys enough time against him here for Showmaker to come over and help clean up.
Knockout queued up, so he was like, he had a little bit more time, he would be able to get it off, but still a huge play. And now tower secured, so one more objective.
Oh, the follow-up here from Viper trying to set it up for Gio, and he might just be able to do so. There you go, Vikla hands in the air again.
Saves with, but I don't know, it was ambitious.
He was also under the turret, like,
well,
I don't know if they could have killed him.
The problem is they could have been trying to get Prio for Dragon. They looked for a pick onto Ezreal.
Chovy baited, and nowhere to go. You know, this turret is down, so Chovy's going to go down as well. Guma, 1Q away, one auto.
I think the problem in this situation is because Team Mid is one objective away and Team Bot 2, is you kind of have to lean somewhere. So they lean top, they're going to get the Herald, but you're giving up Dragon, so you lose in terms of the feats of strength. And I just don't think there was a way to get both.
Trying to make a play now is Viper in mid. He's under a lot of pressure. BDD tanking up so much of this is now Faker joining in on the fight. Viper trying to go back in, gets the Kingslayer, but it's not quite enough as the way damage ticking away. Here comes Berserker trying to land something on a Showmaker who just dodges everything. The guy is a madman. And now, well, that's just the end of Berserker. Not much he can do in that situation. Guma also just kind of the consolation prizes here for mid. They already got the main prize. They get a little extra. Feeling pretty good about their chances now.
And, you know, you could see the gold when you look at the top of the screen. You're like, oh, it's a fairly close game, but it's somewhat deceptive because of where the gold is here for Team Mid is just so massive. I mean, Showmaker is huge at this point in time. Viper, the really cool attempted outplay here, but ultimately isn't enough. You can see even the Zazex is almost enough to kill Showmaker, who has some really cool footwork here. Ultimately dies, but like you said, the shutdown is going to go over here to Vikla. so much money into his pocket here. He also gets the turret in mid right after. As a Showmaker's point of view for that fancy footwork.
Well, we got another play down on the bottom side, and Chovy not looking good for him. All 5 players on Team Bot are in the bottom lane. Not a big surprise, but you know, you get this kill. Take a look at mid. Take a look at top. They might be able to get the turret, but they're losing a lot on the map.
It feels like the play they have to go for. They have to try and do something and make use of this Herald, but you're still losing out in other lanes. So definitely a play that I think they are making the right call to go for, but oh no.
Well, he's got Wei. He's got Teddy here. Faker gonna have to flash away from this one, and now in a bit of trouble. Does get the impale though, and maybe it's Berserker who's in trouble as the rest of the team mid comes over and gets this one. All comes down from BDD and will flash away. Vikla, he wants more, man. This guy is bloodthirsty as he picks up a double. Gonna get the flash out of Guma as well. Maybe even gonna get Guma. Man, Yone is just ridiculous sometimes.
He's so fed at this point. There's just...
We'll go back to this play. You know, you feel fairly safe here as Berserker because, yeah, Faker's overextended, going over the wall here, doesn't have an escape, but you're also putting yourself in harm's way in this choke point. And Vikla is not under turret here doing this damage because he's Yone. He can fight for wherever he wants, basically. He chases down Teddy as well. And I get the attempt there to try to punish Faker because he already used his mobility. You just got to know follow-up is going to be there. So trade up for Team Mid.
All right, and now Bot trying to get in on Anakan. I don't know about that. And now Teddy, I mean, he's playing this Varus from behind into Jax, into Skarner, into Ezreal. There's just nowhere for him to go. He doesn't have his flash. Tiu is going to be taken down, actually. Vikla able to pick up that kill as Showmaker sets it up, and that should be free Atakan here for the side of mid.
Hextech Soul. I mean, the news just doesn't get better for Team Bot right now at all. They're trying to get a turret and at a heavy cost.
Guma playing in this game is he's just the saddest AD carry in the world. He's actually able to survive for quite a while, though. He does do a bit of damage, but again, he's basically just a punching bag. Baker continuing to play as well as Teddy here. He is going to be taken down. And yeah, Guma, nowhere for him to run on this Varus, and it's another win in the team fight for Team Mid.
He's not having a good time.
Yeah.
80 carry in current year. Wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Faker is just so tanky here that he can kind of break the rules. He gets to walk all the way up here and give his team enough time to come over and follow up with the slow to come through. And this is just easy pickup here in the bottom lane. And then here, they're trying to make a cross map happen in the mid lane. They get the turret, but again, at a heavy cost, like I was mentioning. And because Teddy is playing, you know, artillery mage support here, it's really hard for Team Bot to actually turn fights because he can't actually set up any sort of real turn engage. He's just a really squishy support who can offer only damage. When you're this far behind, that damage feels relatively meaningless, especially when you didn't bully the lane like you planned on.
Oh,
that's the whole reason they drafted this.
We got a 1v1 between Chovy and Viper. Neither are backing down. There's nowhere to go. We do see Guma is on the way. And Viper, if he lands chains, well, he's not going to. Chovy's still on the run here. He's going to hop to the wave. Another miss on the chains.
He's all right. Teddy, on the other hand.
Yeah. Oh, he's actually going to flash. Gets the flash out of Faker, I guess. Little Q going to land here on Aguma. A bit more. I mean, Team Mid's available choices from ahead to take fights. They can take it wherever they want.
Yeah.
And you just go in.
I would argue, too, the flash is much more valuable for... Oh, hold up.
Okay, with Viper here, I think you do take him down. I think you should be able to. Although the Zhonya's is able to get away from that ult. That's a kill, though, going the way of Yone. Vikla still able to pick up something.
I was kind of alluding to, I think it favors Faker because he has a ton of mobility already. Hui does not, and he's already squishy as it is. It's just really hard for Teddy to make an impact in this game. This champion was picked to bully lane. They lost it at level 1, and oh boy. Hide on bush.
Yep, hiding on bush. They learned that from the best. And there he is. Chu's gonna go down. And Viper, you know, he's trying to do something there up top, but that's Vikla he has to deal with. The Whale's getting some zoning ability, actually, as Viper will go in. He's looking for more. He's going to that backline, but man, the stuns, the CC chain onto him, just not fair. As Guma, he uses his chains, and he will actually be able to get away from Chovy, even with the blast cone. as Berserker as well. Not very long for this world. Should be the kill in the Baron here for Team Mid. And there you go.
Shot doesn't really change the outcome that much. And now Team Bot trying to approach the Baron, but I don't think you're allowed to do that.
I don't think you are, and Vikla and Showmaker have enough damage to duo this, and Vikla can just kind of come over here and put some pressure on, then just go back to his soul. And I mean, that's just Baron. Teddy
no.
is 8 deaths on this play. 9, sorry. It didn't update on the screen yet.
Yeah.
Well, they did stop the Baron.
Yeah, they did. TP's going to come in. Guma is going to TP away through the gate. He just says, yeah, see you later, nerd. I'm going home. Viper, though, looking pretty good. Oh, Ezreal ults. Got to line it up. He's just going to go in, and he does pick up the kill. Showmaker. Hands on his head, egg on his face.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good play from Viper, but I don't think Showmaker minds too much in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, no. Not again.
Current year 80 carry. Yeah.
For your challengers watchers out there, he's still flanking to this day, and so is Jiwoo. Yeah, on the Giga super flank. Berserker is Mega Gnar. Will they be able to kill him? It's looking pretty good, honestly, with the amount of CC that they have. Even the Yone still flanking. Still not able to do anything.
Showmaker has flash. He's Ezreal. Tough to punish.
Dude's trying to solo him. He's like, yeah, come on, bring it. I got this kill. No, you don't. He's dead. And BDD's going to go down.
Viper trying to 1v5, and it's this is not happening. And all chance of laning. I think there's a lot of patches where that would be seen as game losing.
Yeah, I don't think this is, people should look at this the wrong way.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
League of Legends. And so it goes.
You know, he talked a big game. I think he's been his biggest critic today so far.
Yeah.
I think he's got 15 kills in this one.
What do you think about the collector he's picked up?
We got another skirmish here, but again, I mean, Chovy, he's been trying to take these, and he's always 1v2. There's always another guy. Oh, okay. He's got the arm guard, and now Berserker might be in a bit of trouble. Viper desperate to try to burst him down, but a miss on the chains, and Chovy gonna turn it around and immediately just die. But man, he did look pretty good.
They're doing Baron, they don't care.
Well, they're gonna do the Baron. Jiu is, he's gonna try to stay alive. He's gonna flash. He's trying to do some damage in there. He stays alive for an incredible amount of time. Even the Varus Q coming out here, they're trying their hardest.
Guma's pretty famous for stealing those, but not this time, I don't think. Not without a smite with him.
Supportal combat. I think Braum wins these as,
yeah, with the empowered Hextech Soul to ruin us out of cat. I mean, it's just, everyone's so strong. Seems to be over.
Yeah, we're Team Mid, you know, we just expected this.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine being Team Bot right now?
Can you imagine predicting any team but Team Mid? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well,
imagine being Degon, where you were like, hey, they made me take, they wanted jungle lost. He's like, well, they made me take Team Bot lane. Bot lane also lost.
Yeah.
Imagine two wrong teams.
No! Oh no! The bot sticker is gone. It's in the dumps. And this game is over. It's been over for a while. Team Mid just kind of dunking on them. They're playing with their food. They want even more. 1,000 gold given over. Vikla doesn't care. 19 kills for him. And Team Mid on top for now. They have one more opponent.
Whereas here, you know, Showmaker, 54,000 damage in his Ezreal. Not a huge surprise. Vikla also popping off. Chovy kind of just doing his own thing.
Yeah, the only... I mean, I don't want to say Chovy lost lane, but that was the only lane that had a gold deficit for Team Mid, and he still outdamaged Berserker and the entirety of Team Bot. It was just a one-sided game. Still made it to 32 minutes here, and like you said, the early game felt somewhat playable until it didn't. And there were a huge amount of mistakes made by Teddy specifically on this play. He's a good bit.
링스 히트죠. 아이 안 되지 이 자식 어딜 끌고 걸려 해.
기억들을 좀 빨. 여기
너무는 나나? 아이고.
여기
알반데?
팀 바텀의 바이퍼 선수
We are here with Showmaker of Team Mid and Viper of Team Bot for an interview. Hello!
팀 바텀을 잡아내고 결승에 오르셨습니다.
Showmaker, you've defeated Team Bot and advanced to the finals. How do you feel?
라인으로서 예정된 수순이었다고 생각하고
As
결승전에서도 꼭
royalty,
이겨보도록 하겠습니다.
I had predicted this from the start, so it's really no big deal. And Viper, it was such an intense game, almost as if watching a regular season match. So,
어떠셨나요?
how was it playing against Team Mid? They always say royalty, royalty, and I just really wanted to gauge how good they are, and it turns out they're pretty good.
새로 바뀐 협곡은 어떻게 보셨나요?
How did you feel about the new Rift? Honestly, I had no time or leisure to even pay attention to
네,
that.
좋습니다. 이렇게 지금 제 옆에
And
서 있는
I'm
쇼메이커
just
선수와
left
바이퍼 선수가
regretful.
00년생 동갑내기 친구입니다. 아까 살짝
And Showmaker and
들어봤는데
Viper, you guys
친분은
both happen to be born in
없으시더라고요.
2000.
근데
You guys are the same age
이번에
buddies,
바꿔서
so
플레이를 하셨습니다. 서로의
today you
경기를
guys played
어떻게
with
보셨는지
each
궁금하거든요.
other's
바이퍼 선수
roles,
일단 사일러스 어떻게
with
보셨나요?
Showmaker playing bot and Viper playing mid. So how would you rate
되게
Viper's
뭔가 팀이
Silas
많이
today?
불리했었는데 네, 그중에 되게 사일러스로 고군분투 잘
I
해주셔서
feel like despite his team
되게
being
잘했던 것
behind,
같아요.
he
일단은 좀
did
아름답게
really well with
시작을
Silas,
해주셨습니다.
to be
바이퍼
honest.
선수, 쇼메이커 선수의 이즈리얼 어떻게 보셨나요?
Viper,
아 근데 이즈리얼
how would you rate
알고 있었는데
Showmaker's Ezreal?
바텀 이겨준다고
You know, I already knew that he was going to play Ezreal, and
네.
이즈리얼
my bot told me that they're gonna win.
했었잖아요. 그래서 괜찮나
And
싶었는데
Showmaker, he's actually played Ezreal quite a lot from
아쉽습니다. 네.
네, 그러면
a long time ago. So honestly,
아쉬웠던 우리 팀 바텀에게 한 말씀 해주시죠.
it's sad that
네.
my teammates couldn't keep our
바텀인데
promise.
이게 어떻게 이렇게 됐네요. 좀
Any
아쉽긴
words
한데
to your teammates?
그래도 저는
You know, we're
솔직히
team
첫판
bot,
이제 대진
so
봤을 때 그냥 뭐 결승이고 뭐고
I'm a
그냥
little
첫판만
disappointed,
이기면
but
뭐 괜찮다
just
생각해요.
based on the bracket, you know, we actually told ourselves that it would be worth it
만족스럽다, 이렇게
even if we just
말씀해
won one
주셨습니다. 자,
game.
쇼메이커
So
선수 이제
I'm pretty
팀
happy.
탑과의 결승만 남겨두고 있습니다. 우승하실 것 같나요?
And Showmaker, now they're all there's left is the finals against Team Top.
바이퍼 선수가 보시기에
You know,
어떨지 궁금합니다. 누가
My
이길까요?
team is quite reliable, so I'm pretty confident.
우리가 쉽게 우승할
What about you? What do you think, Viper?
팀이 이번에 엄청 잘하는 것 같아요. 그래서
네.
Honestly, I thought
그러면
Jungle-
마지막으로 쇼메이커
Team
선수가
Jungle
팀
would win
탑에게
again,
시원하게
but
말씀해 주시죠.
Team Top has been
아까
doing really
팀
well.
탑 하는
I saw how
거
good they were,
보는데
so
되게
I would predict that
잘하셔서
they would win.
어,
What would you like to say to that,
마지막
Showmaker?
미드에게는 안 통할 거라고 생각합니다.
Yeah, Team Top
잘
is pretty
보겠습니다.
good, but it won't
좋습니다.
work
이렇게
against
해서 두
Team
분과
Mid.
인터뷰 나눠봤습니다. 세 번째 매치 팀
And
미드와
that's
팀
the end of the
원딜
interview
대결에서
with
팀
Showmaker
미드가
and
승리를 하면서
Viper.
결승에 진출했습니다. 오늘의 마지막 매치 결승전으로 돌아오겠습니다.
And we'll be right back for the final match. Don't go anywhere.